I'm Deronda, and today I am going to be baking a pumpkin streusel coffee cake with walnuts. I'm going to start off by kneading a half a cup of room temperature butter, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and I also have a pinch of salt in here, 1 egg brought to room temperature, 1/2 cup of sugar, that's granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 100% solid pack pumpkin that you can find at your grocery store in a can. For the streusel, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of very cold butter to a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts, and 1/4 cup of flour. I am going to put this together in a 8 by 4 inch aluminum pan that I have greased and lightly floured. Let's get started on the streusel part of this cake first. To your 2 tablespoons of cold butter, I'm going to be using these 2 knives to cut in the butter with the dry ingredients and the walnuts. I'm going to add my 1/2 cup of flour, my cinnamon, brown sugar, and walnuts. Use your 2 knives to start cutting in your cold butter. You go this way, back and forth until you get your butter cut in to your dry ingredients. This is what your cinnamon and sugar and walnut mixture looks like once you cut the butter into it. Go ahead and cover this and put it in the refrigerator until ready to use. Now for the coffee cake, you want to start off with your butter, add your sugar, and cream these 2 ingredients together. Add your baking powder, your cinnamon, your salt and baking soda, and your 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Add your 1 egg, your pumpkin puree, and your vanilla. Okay, mix it up. Okay, and then again, you may want to put down the sides. Time to assemble the pumpkin streusel coffee cake with walnuts. Here is our pumpkin batter, the cake batter. We're going to put about half of it down into this lightly greased and floured loaf pan. Alright, just go ahead and spread it out. This spoon works a whole lot better than that big huge spatula. Spread it to each corner of your loaf pan. Add half of your cinnamon and flour mixture that you cut in with those 2 knives. Add half of it. It should look like this. And to the top, add the rest of your coffee cake batter. It is definitely a thick batter, but make sure you get all of it out of your bowl and give it a nice little spread, corner to corner. Add your strudel topping to the top. Add the rest of it right to the top of your cake. Make sure you spread it around evenly. Okay. Give it a little tap Time for this to go in a preheated 350 degree oven for 45 to 50 minutes. Okay, that pumpkin strudel coffee cake with walnuts is ready to come out of the oven. Be very careful when taking this out of the oven. To test your coffee cake, take a toothpick like I've got here, stick it right in the center, and if it comes out clean, you know you've got a completely baked coffee cake. Now, if your toothpick had gooey, wet stuff on it, you know your coffee cake was not baked all the way, and it would have to go back in the oven for a few more minutes. I'm just going to let the coffee cake cool off in the pan for about 15 minutes before I transfer it to a cooling rack. Time to remove this from its pan. It looks absolutely delicious and smells just as wonderful. We're going to go ahead, pull the sides out just a little bit, flip it upside down, give it a jiggle until it comes loose. And when it does, there you've got your coffee cake. You can barely see the strudel that we've put in the center. Flip it on its bottom side and let it cool for about 30 minutes before serving. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this looks like on the inside. Give it a nice, gentle cut. And there you've got it. The pumpkin smell is absolutely wonderful. The strudel in the center of the coffee cake and the strudel in top makes it irresistible. Thanks for watching, and this is Deronda with Foods 101.